Television writers are being paid less money for these complex, multifaceted, unique narratives that bring companies like Warner Bros., Disney, and Netflix billions upon billions of dollars every year. And now, writers are understandably at their limits. And soon, that could affect you.
If push comes to shove, a strike is incredibly important to show these companies that we mean business and that we won't stand for them trying to take our livelihoods in Hollywood.
There you're seeing some great work giving an idea of some of the stakes here. Well, we've taken a massive step towards that with the unions representing thousands of television and movie writers, the writers who produce the vast majority of the content that many of us watch on a daily basis, saying just yesterday that they had overwhelming support for a strike. It was 97.85% in support of a strike there. Now, that doesn't mean that it's necessarily gonna happen. Sometimes you'll have this sort of vote happen and then an immediate scramble to have some sort of deal right afterward. But this is a strong sign that there is solidarity, that they're willing to go the distance. And I think that these studios are really playing with fire because you can lose a lot of money really fast in this sort of situation. And I think they're about to learn how valuable these writers truly are. By the way, the last time in 2017, there was a last minute deal that was struck with studios not long after 96%, slightly less in that case, voted to authorize a strike. But the last time there was a full one was 2007. That dragged for 100 days. It cost the Los Angeles economy $2.1 billion. And if for some of you, you might be so young you don't know, but that was a massive disruption to shows ended as a result of that. Movies were called off as a result of that. And there is now so much entertainment being produced on these streaming services that requires a lot of incredibly talented and skilled writing labor that I think they're about to find out again, as I said, how valuable these writers are. They've been treated horribly. The pay situation is terrible. We might get into some of the specifics, but I'm very eager to see how many concessions they can get from these studios. But Mondale, what do you think?
I think for all of us that care about workers and workers' rights should be extremely celebratory about the fact that 97.85% support a strike. When we see businesses like Disney, like Netflix and Warner Bros. Making billions of dollars off of these people's labor, we should not be happy at the exploitation. And I think, I'm a firm believer that we should be striking more often in this country because people are not being paid enough, where people can cut people's bonuses but still make money. So yes, strike.
Yeah, 100%. People in the chat I can see are talking about, what effect it had the last time. Like, yeah, I remember what effect it had on Heroes. By the way, and people are saying on Battlestar Galactica as well. I need to look into when exactly that hit. But yeah, I mean, look, you'll see it immediately. Like if we jump ahead of Graphic 5, Saturday Night Live, late shows like Stephen Colbert and all of that, they'll be dark immediately. Like you can't operate on a daily basis without your writers. You might not realize the effect in terms of shows and movies for some time because of course there's a longer time horizon for those things to be produced. But if it drags on, then you'll start to feel that as well. You'll have announcements of shows being postponed and coming back. God only knows that Marvel has this like 8-year roadmap plotted out. Well, say goodbye to that for some time. The people who actually make the movies and make the shows so often get the recognition that they deserve. And obviously, look, actors and all that are great. They do great work, all that, directors, all of that. But they sometimes get recognition. The writers, the visual effects artists, the ones who literally make it possible for you to have these stories are so often abused as these companies make more and more money that I hope that this is an opportunity where we see the balance of power shifted back. These companies can make incredible profits and still pay their writers what they deserve, give them the benefits they deserve, actually acknowledge their work. I'll just briefly mention, one union leader has talked about the concept of these mini rooms that are being set up. Basically, before you would normally have a writer's room for a project, they do these little, they're saying labor camps, where they do a bunch of the writing, but it hasn't actually been a project that's greenlit, so you don't have to pay them as if they were real writers. Like these sorts of tactics, get out of here with that stuff. Like they're doing amazing work. They deserve to be compensated for their work, and so hopefully those are the sorts of things that get worked out during this. Any final comment, Mondale?
I think people should pay attention to what you just said. These green rooms, these little rooms, these mini rooms are exploitation of people. And I don't understand why in California, Georgia, and New York, places where we make a lot of movies in this country, we're not investigating this, because this seem like labor violations to me. And it's absolutely disgusting that people are working to make money for these large institutions and not being paid for it. It is absolutely disgusting to me.
Yeah, we're gonna see. We're getting close. We're getting close.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.